So from today, we will start a completely new storyline of Marvel Comics, whose name is Spider-Verse comic series, is one of the most popular comic series of Spider-Man, and this comic series is so popular because inside this one comic series, we see many Spider-Mans of Marvel Multiverse who together face the villain models in the Spider-Man comic series. So from today, we talk about the Spider-Man series and know the whole story of this comic in detail. So this video is going to be very amazing. So watch it completely until the end, and if you are new on our channel, then it is requested to you that you must subscribe to our channel by pressing the subscribe button, and after pressing the subscribe button, set the bell icon next to the subscribe button and this will happen that whenever we upload a new video, you will get the notification of that video first, and you will be able to enjoy it as soon as the video is uploaded. Along with this, if you like this video, then you must also like this video, and along with liking the video, you can also comment on the video. If you want the second part of the series as soon as possible, then you can write part 2 in the comments or Spider-Man part 2. Now let us start today's Kamal video without any delay. So the story starts from New York City, where we all see that Spider-Man is keeping an eye on the whole city. While swinging on the walls, Spider-Man is thinking that his life is not going well for a long time. He has financial problems, he is not giving time to his family, and even Marion is not with him right now. Thinking all this, Spider-Man goes straight to a building and sits. But then after some time, Spider-Man sees him under the cat, where he sees that 2-3 thieves are trying to steal a car together. Seeing them, Spider-Man shouts loudly and asks them to stop. But seeing Spider-Man there, all those thieves start running away from there. Spider-Man quickly goes and tries to chase those thieves and starts bringing them down from the building. But while coming down from the building, Spider-Man sees a strange person with him. Seeing him, Spider-Man becomes very suspicious, and this is because that unknown man is also stuck to the wall like Spider-Man. After giving Spider-Man to him, the man says to the party, "Hello, Peter, I know you and I can understand what is happening to you right now. You are in a lot of trouble right now. If I were in your place, I would also be worried like you." After saying this, the man directly jumps back on the building and goes away from there. Seeing him going from there, Spider-Man follows him, and while going behind him, Spider-Man asks him, "Who are you, and how do you know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man?" Hearing these questions of Spider-Man, the man answers the party that his name is Izaakle, and he has come here to help Spider-Man. But after saying this, that person named Izaakle goes away from Spider-Man. Hearing this, Spider-Man gets a little surprised, and that is why he once again, Easy comes to Kale and asks him to stop. Seeing this, Spider-Man asks Easy, "Can you tell me how did you get your powers?" On hearing this question, Spider-Man replies that he got all his powers from the bite of a radioactive spider, which had bitten him on his hand many years ago. But after hearing this, Easy asks Spider-Man whether whatever Spider-Man has said can prove this. Hearing this, Easy gets surprised. But Easy looks at Spider-Man and says to him, "Peter, we believe in those things which we see with our eyes, and that is why you also told me the same thing which you saw. You told me that you got all your powers from the bite of a radioactive spider. But can you prove this?" After listening to all the things said by Ezekiel, Spider-Man does not understand anything, and that is why he is still looking at Ezekiel with surprise. After this, Easy says to Spider-Man, "So tell me, Peter, have you ever asked yourself this question, that when you were bitten by that spider, then what was there? That you got powers due to radiation, or all these powers were inside the spider that bit you, and it was the destiny of the spider to give you those powers?" That is why, hearing these words, Spider-Man gets a big shock, and he starts thinking that why he did not ask himself such a question before today. While he was thinking all this, Ezekiel leaves from there. Seeing this, Spider-Man tries to follow him, but by then Ezekiel disappears from there. After this, a big ship stops inside the city's dockyard, and inside this ship there is an unknown man who has come from a long distance searching for Spider-Man. As soon as the ship stops, he comes to know that now he has come to New York City, and that is why that person tells his friend that now he should complete his work and get out of here. And then we see that the unknown man has caught another person whom he has kept captive with him for a long time, and then he takes all the energy of the person from him, and then after this he goes and hides. We come to know that this dangerous and unknown man is none other than Spider-Man's villain Mallow, who has come here in search of Spider-Man. The next morning we see Peter, who is sitting inside his house and having breakfast with his girlfriend. Mallow is talking to him, but Peter's attention is still on the button of the game, which she had told him last night. Mallow tells Peter that she does not have a job for a long time, and she comes to know that there is a vacancy for a teacher in a school near her house, And that is why at 8 o'clock she wants Peter to hire her as a teacher in the school. But Peter does not tell her that the school was Peter's, and whenever Peter used to go there, he used to remember all those old things about how his friends used to trouble him in this school. After this, Peter Parker comes out of his house wearing Spider-Man's costume and starts swinging inside the city. But from where Peter is swinging, there is a Spider-Man's restaurant inside the same nearby restaurant. The enemy Maldu is also sitting there, and as soon as the sound of the sound falls on Spider-Man starts playing loudly. Seeing his spider sense being saved in this way, Spider-Man quickly goes to a nearby place, and there he starts thinking that before today his spider sense has never played so loudly. But Spider-Man feels that someone is going to attack him, and that is why, to save him from the attack, Spider-Man decides to hide there for a while. But for a long time, Spider-Man thinks that he should finally stay silent, because he did not see any danger there, and then when Spider-Man does not feel any danger there for some time, then he slowly leaves from there. But Spider-Man is unaware of the fact that his enemy remembers the button of the alarm, and as per his instructions, he goes to the school to question the teacher, and after going there, he inquires about the sound. But as soon as Peter reaches the school, his spider sense starts working very loudly, and he comes to know that there is definitely some danger around him. After this, there is chaos everywhere, and then an unknown shark takes 2 big bullets in his hands and starts firing with them. Seeing this, Peter Parker takes all the children around him and goes straight inside the school lab and locks the gate. After this, Peter decides that he will stop the criminal, and to do this, he asks some of the children to make a chemical formula. And then as those children make the chemical formula, smoke spreads inside the whole lab, and then inside this smoke, Peter Parker comes in Spider-Man's costume, and then Spider-Man directly attacks the criminal. Seeing this Spider-Man in front of him, the criminal starts firing at him, but Spider-Man attacks the criminal while avoiding all the bullets. But once he is thrown on the ground, when this part of the mother eats his flesh from his mouth, then he sees that that man is not a criminal, but a teacher of this school. There is a small child. That child tells Spider-Man that he did not do all this intentionally. Rather, he did this because his school seniors trouble him a lot, and that is why he is fed up with them. That is why he has taken this step out of frustration, and he is very ashamed of his act. After listening to all this, Spider-Man leaves him, and then after some time the police comes to the school, and they arrest the child and take him away. After this, Peter decides that from now on he will teach in the school, and this is because there are many children in this school who need Peter. From there, Peter starts teaching in the school, but then one day when Peter comes to teach in the school, the principal of the school comes to Peter, and he tells Peter that you are a very good teacher, and Peter, but along with you, your friends are also very good because your friend has donated a full $1 to our school. The principal says that after all, who could be his friend who can donate such a big amount to the school? After this, the principal tells Peter that his friend has just come to teach. The principal is in the room, and he wants to meet Peter right now, so Peter has to go with him. Hearing this, Peter agrees, and he goes directly with the principal, and then when Peter reaches the principal's office with the principal, he sees that the man who has donated to the school by becoming Peter's friend is Easy Cal in the club. After seeing this, Peter tells the principal that he must talk to his friend Easy Cal, and then Peter takes Easy Cal directly from there to a restaurant, and after bringing Easy Cal there, Peter asks him why he has done all this, and who is he in the club, and why is he doing all this. After hearing all this, Easy Cal tells Peter that, Peter, your life is in danger, and I know something that can save your life. Further, Easy Cal tells Peter that, Peter, you might think that you know everything due to your powers, but there are many things which are very important for Peter to know. Easy Cal starts telling Peter all these things, and he says to Peter, Peter, do you know? You are not the first Spider-Man of this world. Rather, the process of being Spider-Man has been going on for many years, but all this has been happening since the beginning of time. Peter, in this entire universe, there are many humans who have many total powers, and this total power is such a power due to which a human can connect himself with an animal, basically by using total powers. All those humans can build a connection with animals, and Peter, you're also a total, and this is because you are also a human who has spider powers. But you know, Peter, that in this entire universe, every positive has a negative, just like a hero has a villain. For example, Captain America is a super soldier, but the villains of Captain America, which are Balance Joe and Red Skull, they are also super soldiers like Captain America. Apart from this, if we talk about the accident, then Magneto is the enemy of the X-Men team in the universe. But Magneto is a god like all the 20 government team members. And yes, Peter G., you have an animal power in the same way the powers that your villains have are also done by animals like Dr. Octopus, World Channel, and Rhino. All of them sign the powers of animals, but Peter, the powers inside your villains are not natural. Rather, all of them have created their powers artificially, and that is why all of them are called pretenders. But Peter, you are the opposite of all these. Completely different from all of them, because your powers are completely natural. Peter, the powers inside you are the fullest form of the Taka powers of this entire universe. On hearing this Kulki in Sorry Button, Peter asks EasyCal that you also have powers like me. So what are you after all? Are you also a tot? But on hearing this, Peter replies that right now is not the time to listen to his story. It is important that Peter listen to his elders. Peter, you are the full S form. But pretenders always hate something else, and that is why they always want to destroy it. But Peter tells the story it does not end here, because apart from the pretenders, there are others whom you must be afraid of, and they are hunters, Peter. This whole world runs on a balance, mostly on the balance of hunters and predators. That is, on the balance of prey and predator, and that is why, as I told you, that many totemic powers exist in this whole world. Similarly, in this world, some such hunters also exist who consume these totemic powers. In simple words, the victims are the ones with powers in the totem, and these hunters are their hunters who hunt them. I tell you, Peter, that these hunters are very powerful, and because you also have a complete totemic power inside you, that is why you are also in danger from these hunters, Peter. These hunters are also called inheritance, who have been consuming totem like you for many centuries, and now one of them is inside our world, and he wants to make you his prey. And I tell you, Peter, that the hunter who has come to hunt you is named Model Hona, who has put you on the marker by stopping your total powers. Because he repeats on inherited total powers, Peter trusts him after listening to all the things, but at the same time, he gets very surprised, and that is why Easy Calculator says that, Peter, you need not worry, because I will save your life, and I already have a plane which will save your life. After this, Easy Calculator takes Peter with him to his office, and after bringing him to his office, he shows Peter a secret room there, and while telling about it, he tells Peter that, look, Peter, this is my secret room. After this, Easy Calculator brings Peter inside the room, and further he tells him that he was working with his engineer for 2 years to make this room, and finally now he has completed it. This room is very strong, son, because the walls of this room are made of 2 feet long steel, and it has also been given advantage over steel. That is why it is very difficult to break it. Along with this, there is food, water, and oxygen for breathing for full 4 months. Further, Easy Calculator tells Peter that in this room, he is in jail. Look, Peter, I have made all this for you, Peter. Our inherited monster is much more powerful than you, and that is why if it finds you, then you will not be able to find me, and that is why I want you to be quiet here and hide here for many minutes, because till you are inside it, the monster will not be able to sense you, and when the monster will not be able to find you for many minutes, then it will leave from here in search of a new totem. But Peter says, easy game, thank you very much for whatever you have done for me, but my friend, I cannot be quiet here, because I have many responsibilities on me. I have to go and teach my class now, and along with that, the responsibility of this whole city is also on me, and I cannot run away from everyone. And then after saying all this, Peter goes from there. After some time, Peter comes to know that there is a fire inside a nearby building, and then that is why Peter wears his Spider-Man costume and directly reaches there to help the fans and starts taking out the people one by one. But then suddenly once again, Spider-Man starts ringing very loudly. But before Spider-Man can understand anything, Spider-Man gets a strong punch on his face, and due to the attack, Spider-Man falls away and gets hit directly inside the spider. After getting hit, Spider-Man thinks that who can be the one who hit him, because in his entire life, neither a spider nor the Hulk had ever hit such a powerful punch. And then while thinking all this, when Spider-Man sees this in front of him, then he comes to know that his hunter mode lone is standing right in front of him, who has come here today to take his life. So friends, this was the video on the first part of the Spider comic series. As you all have seen that now in this comic series, the villain molding has entered, and that is why now the whole story is going to be very interesting from here. That is why I request all of you to definitely watch its further parts as well. By the way, how did you like its first part? You must tell me in the comments, and if you have any other comments, you can tell us in the comments. Until then, if you guys want to see more such amazing videos of ours, then you can go inside our channel and watch many such amazing videos like Top 10 Villains in Spider version of Spider-Man, Top 10 Major Mistake Movie, and Top 10 Most Powerful MCU Characters. You will also find links to all these videos in the description of this video itself. So if you all like these topics, then you can directly watch all these videos through the link. So that's all for today's video. If you like the video, then like it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, then subscribe right now. If you want to share the video, then definitely share it with your friends, and all of you keep laughing and smiling like this. I will meet you all in some other great video, Until then, bye-bye.